Bibliophools.
Cause he was Jekyll,
Arthur, like the aardvark?
Yeah, the aardvark.
Yeah.
Ah,
The brain does a whole Jekyll and Hyde thing. It's great.
It's great.
Cool.
Well, this is the announcement here. We have recorded 21 episodes.
Whoa!
Wow.
And we have published 20, which puts us in the top 1% of podcasts ever.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
Actually, we're moving and grooving.
We're
That's
legit
great.
now. Yeah. We're in the 1%. Congrats. It's a milestone.
Good
I'm
job,
excited.
guys.
I feel like it wasn't top 1% hard,
It
but
didn't
I
feel
think it's
top.
just because I think it just means a lot of people try and don't successfully start podcasts, you know?
But
Yeah,
we're not
I
one
think
of
that's
those.
true. But
We
we're
got
not.
20.
Yeah, we're not fucking losers.
Fucking losers, dude.
Yeah, we're not
My
effing
goodness.
losers. I told Eliza, I'm like, we have 70 listens on one, and she's like, you don't know 70 people. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't explain it.
When can we monetize?
Not yet.
Asking the right questions. We should celebrate. We should have a party. Let's party.
Let's party.
Yeah, let's
Should we party?
Let's get
Um,
party.
How can we all get together? What's in the middle of Utah, New York? Let's meet in Ohio and just get wild.
Get lit. Well, should we dive in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's
All
get
right.
into this book.
Let's do our show that we do.
Dude, there's illiteracy is apparently like a huge problem with like,
Illiteracy's
high
back.
schoolers.
It's
And
back.
I'm like, how is that possible?
I guess
How can you be illiterate?
if you stare at an iPad all day, you don't know how to read. Illiteracy's making a big comeback in America.
Like, how is that
Goodness.
possible though? You have to be able to read. You have to. Like, how do
I
you
don't know,
not
man.
learn how to read?
I don't know.
Truly. Like to be able to get to the things that are ruining literacy, don't you have to read some words?
No, you
Yeah,
say,
you have-
Alexa, Minecraft YouTube.
Yeah.
And
how
then-
do you search? How do you search for your brain rot? Like, are you just?
Alexa, TikTok spiders. And then 6 hours of spider videos. Alexa, play YouTube Kids.
Skibbity boo boo. Alexa, mom. ChatGPT. Yeah. How would you even? You can't. How you can't? I don't understand how you could be illiterate right now. To anybody who is
I don't
illiterate,
get
I'm
it.
sorry that you are. How'd you
You know
find the
what?
podcast?
We are the podcast for illiterate folks, though. So let's try it with gusto. Welcome to Bibliophools. I'm Evan Cannell, joined by Mikhail and Rowe.
One time I pranked somebody who I won't say who it was by
That's
And-
disgusting.
I think about it a lot because I feel pretty bad about it. I was like 10 years old and I didn't like this person. And so I did that.
That's savage. And it had to be a relative because you were 10 years old.
It was not a relative. That's no.
Okay, let's be grateful we did not go to elementary school with Mikhail in.
Yes, I don't have to worry about that having been me. For context for the audience, I did put in the script that Mikhail had to tell us something about himself that he's never told anyone, and now it's out there. And you know, it may have been something we needed to cut. So if you didn't hear it, that's why.
It was terrible, actually.
And Kyle Dunshee, you have to do this too.
I'll tell you something. This is a deep secret. Bears were not always my favorite animal. Up until the age of probably 12, I was a big gorilla geek.
Hmm.
Read about them. Watched Tarzan on repeat. Big part of my childhood. Was convinced by my siblings that I was adopted and that I came from monkeys because I have a big old gap in between my toes. Real traumatic stuff. So that's a little bit about me.
Ooh, can I do
That's-
another one actually? I
Yeah,
don't
let's hear
care
it.
for the movie Goodfellas.
Whoa.
I've never seen Goodfellas.
I didn't like it.
I've never seen Goodfellas,
Ooh.
but here's my impression of Goodfellas. You talking to me? You talking to me?
That's
That's
Taxi
the
Driver.
taxi driver, I think.
Yeah. Not
Italian.
De Niro.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's my impression. Why am I funny? Why am I funny?
There you go. You got it.
Yeah,
Who
that
said
was
I'm
kinda
funny?
funny.
What's funny about me? I'm gonna go kidnap a kid.
I'm gonna try to murder a child with my buddy. Oh, the child has a bunch of traps. Oh no! Goodfellas. That's
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, right?
Goodfellas. Yeah. Keep the
We-
change, you filthy animal. That's my Goodfellas. This is a show not about Scorsese films, although we should do like a spin-off. Biblio Scorsese. Never mind. We do books though. We read them, so you don't have to. You don't have to do it. We permit you not to do it. We're the only people in your life giving you less things to do. You paid us no money, and we're taking things off of your to-do list because it warms our hearts. So, if you do want to pay us money, I mean, honestly, like Venmo, we don't have a Patreon. We don't know
No.
how. So,
We're not that desperate yet.
just Venmo Kyle if you feel like it.
If you
Yeah.
can find my Venmo.
We're gonna put Kyle's Venmo in the show notes. Just send him some cash.
I don't have a Venmo, but someone I love more than anything in the world does.
Your dad has a Venmo?
No, me and my wife share a Venmo. I had a Venmo, but then I was too irresponsible with it, so I'm not allowed to use it anymore.
Wait,
fair.
That's actually not true. I just don't know what happened to it.
Oh.
I forgot the password, and so I haven't logged in like 8 years.
Fair.
Does it have untold riches in it, possibly? Is that password worth a lot if you could only remember it?
Yeah, you have like a Bitcoin in there.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I think I've had a few people be like, I Venmoed you, and I'll be like, how could you? And then I'm like, oh shoot, it's somewhere.
It's still there.
Yeah.
You can still send
Damn
money
it.
to it.
Oh jeez.
My
Okay,
goodness.
I'm gonna remember that around Christmas time.
You have to think of what that password was.
Yeah, so I can buy my kid a pair of socks.
You can recover
No.
your password.
Mac, don't tell him. Don't tell
Nope.
him. Let him go on a journey.
But with
Alright,
what
let's-
email? I've had so many emails.
I've had the same email since high school.
Yeah, I know. That's asinine. That's asinine to me.
How is that asinine? It's
I didn't even know we had
asinine.
emails in high school. When I saw that, I'm like, you got an email in high school? I don't remember getting an email in high school.
Robert Louis Stevenson's The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is a gothic mystery. Wait, did we say? No, we didn't. We did the book The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's what we're doing. And here, let's try that again. Where were we? Venmo Kyle. And all right, we're back this week with another book. This one is a classic. We're going way back to Victorian times. Robert Louis Stevenson, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, a gothic mystery about the duality of human nature told through the eyes of a lawyer unraveling a sinister secret. As Utterson investigates the crimes of the brutal Hyde and the baffling will of his friend Jekyll, the story builds piece by piece into a revelation of hidden darkness, unchecked desire, and the collapse of one man's soul. Everybody knows Jekyll and Hyde. It's
Yeah.
Jekyll, Hyde, Hyde, Jekyll.
Even if you didn't watch Arthur, you know about Jekyll and Hyde. They've made about 1 billion adaptations of it.
Yeah, the Hulk is a Jekyll and Hyde.
The Hulk is a Jekyll and Hyde thing. Many things are. It's core to our culture as a species.
It's one of
speaks to us.
the main myths. Is
Yeah.
the duality of man.
Duality of man. Yes.
Yeah, I think way more people know about Jekyll and Hyde than have read Jekyll and Hyde. I think most people probably don't
Yeah.
know the actual story of the book.
I bet some people don't even know it's a book. I bet a lot of people don't know that it's a book, and it is. There's words on pages, and we read them. I didn't read them this
Mhm.
time. I read this book in high school. No one told me to. I just did because I was that kind of teenager.
I was worried that we had to read it in high school. We read something. Maybe it was Frankenstein.
We read Frankenstein in high school. We did not read Jekyll and Hyde. I read that on my own because I just needed it. I needed it to better understand my dual nature as a angsty 16-year-old boy.
Well, this book was not going to help you with that whatsoever.
No, it did not. It did not. It did not help me at all, but it made me feel better about myself because Hyde is much worse than he's depicted often. He's a terrible human being.
Yeah, we'll get it. But you chose this one, Mac.
Yeah, why'd you choose it?
Why this one?
So,
Why now?
I remember us talking about this book a bunch in high school. I think maybe it was because you read it, Kyle. But I
Probably.
remember it being like a point of conversation. And then it's just like always been like one of those classics that I'm like, how have I never read that? So,
You know, I think one of the reasons we talked about it a lot is because our theater teacher, Rick Kimball, shout out Rick, he really wanted to do Jekyll and Hyde as a play. I guess it's a musical. And he wanted to do it every year we were in high school, but he kept getting shut down because it was too violent. So I think like every year we're like, we're doing Jekyll and Hyde, and then it never happened.
and then he tricked them with Sweeney Todd.
Which I finally saw the Jekyll and Hyde play, Sweeney Todd is like 1,000 times better. The
I
Jekyll and
bet.
Hyde musical, have you guys seen it?
No.
No.
It's not great, in my opinion. It's not great. There's one good song.
The source material here, it was a shock to me to find out how boring and like kind of disinteresting the story actually is.
Yeah. There's
It's
one
a
more
lot of
thing.
like a lot of legalese and like writing in letters. It's a lot of letters. There's not a lot of like, ooh, there's this dangerous man who comes out and like Jekyll disappears. We got to figure out what to do. It's a lot of like, I wrote you a letter and then I gave it to someone and then that person gave it to him and then I wrote another letter and now this letter, I don't like this letter. This letter looks like that letter, but that letter's for this guy. So this guy needs to get a letter and I wrote him a letter talking about how he doesn't want to talk to him. So I wrote letters to both of them and now I have a letter that's explained. And then the end of the book is just like, all right, here's the only letter that really mattered. And it explains everything. And okay, good night.
Good night. That's it, essentially.
Yes, 5 stars. Honestly, like standing
5
ove
five.
on that one.
Standing ove.
Thank
That's
you.
the book.
Thank you.
And good night.
And good night. In high school, I remember we did a theater competition because we were so damn cool. We went to
So
theater
cool.
competitions, and there was this kid who performed the song from Jekyll and Hyde where he switches between Jekyll and Hyde. I don't remember what the song is called.
Yeah.
Jekyll,
But he
Jekyll,
would-
Hyde, Jekyll, Hyde, Hyde, Jekyll. I think is
Not
the
it's
that
not
one,
the
Evan. Shut the hell
goddamn
up.
Arthur song.
Shut up. Shut up.
Stop
It's
talking
different.
about Arthur, man.
It's different. It's better. And
Not the same thing.
the nerdiest white kid I've ever seen perform this on stage, and the crowd went wild. He did a really good job, and they lost their mind. And he did a standing ovation, and then he ran around through the back of the theater and came back to do another, like, here I am, I'm back again. And they kept clapping, and everyone was losing their mind. And then he went again. He went around the theater again, and he came back, and they were still clapping. I'm like, okay. And then he did it one more time.
4 times?
He did it 4 times, and I'm like, you weren't that good, dude. Like, that was impressive, but
But not that impressive.
not impressive.
Not
That was,
Tom Cruise.
that's what I thought Jekyll and Hyde was, and then when you read the book and you're like, oh, it's not
Yeah,
that.
it's 50 goddamn letters. It's a book
Yeah.
about people reading. I hated it.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. No, I did.
Yeah, it's
You're-
not as exciting as you expect because you're like, it's just such a legend. The hype is very
Yeah.
high, and then you
Yeah.
just find out it's 75. It's probably 80% a lawyer being like, I am baffled at these circumstances, and then 20% being like, maybe I should read. And it's like, oh yes, it all makes sense. There was a potion and a dual nature, and okay, got it.
Yeah. But you don't find that out towards the end, like McKinlin alludes to. You'd think
It's-
that would be like the main thing, but it's written in such a way where it is a real mystery. So I get maybe. Can you imagine reading this for the first time, like when it came out?
It probably was super
It would have been
cool.
pretty good.
It probably blew your
Yeah.
mind. It's probably nothing like it at the time. But now because it's been done so many times, it's
And
still
there's so many
good.
better versions of, or not. I don't want to say better, but like it's just been
Different,
adapted a million times and like
more
in different
exciting.
words. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to like go from the Hulk, which is a Jekyll Hyde character, and then read this book because it's like so damn exciting watching the
It-
Hulk smash.
Did you guys see The Substance?
Yes.
No.
That's a Jekyll Hyde, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's a Jekyll Hyde. That's a
That's it,
sexy
yep.
Jekyll Hyde. Am I right?
It's not sexy at all. It is disgusting.
Yeah, I've heard it's hard to
Yeah.
watch.
It like I get like it's kind of sexy or whatever, but then it gets she crawls out of her back. It's
Yeah.
disgusting and like
Okay.
ugh, it's so gross. Her teeth. Oh my god, watch it. You have to watch it.
Yeah, I gotta
it's-
watch it.
That is I think that was one of the best movies last year. I was like, I'm so happy that this is nominated for an Academy Award because like a person explodes. It's like it's just a crazy
It's
Amazing.
pretty
movie.
cool. It's pretty cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, let's set the stage here. We are in Victorian London at its eeriest. Narrow cobblestone streets swallowed in fog, gas lamps flickering against the gloom, and looming houses with shuttered windows. Behind every iron gate and weathered doorway seems to lurk some hidden dread, giving the city a claustrophobic, gothic atmosphere where respectability is only a thin mask over menace.
Wow. It sounds not fun to live there. It sounds like not the
Yeah.
place to be. Plus, apparently, it smelled really bad. People say it just smelled bad because weren't they like tossing their sewage in the streets and stuff?
Yeah.
So, like,
And it's probably super dangerous.
Yeah, you're worried about getting murdered by Jack the Ripper, and then there's poop all over the floor.
And there's poop all over, and
Bummer.
like it's
Honestly,
super.
stop there. That's a list of two things that I'm out immediately.
But
It's like-
to us, it would be gross. But do you think to them they're kind of just like, oh yeah, that's the poop? We didn't like this book. You can tell. It was. There's not a lot to talk about.
Let's get into the cast of characters who you would think would only be Jekyll and Hyde, but there's more. But wait, there's
He's-
more.
Jekyll's really not that important to this at all.
No.
He's
He's
in
not
like
really in it.
he's in like 2 pages, and
Yeah.
here's a letter. Of course, he
He
gets
writes a
a
letter. He writes a
Yeah.
letter. There is Mr. Gabriel Utterson, a lawyer and the steady, rational narrator, determined to protect his friend's honor. His friend being Dr. Henry Jekyll, a respected doctor, charming but increasingly mysterious. And of course, Mr. Edward Hyde, a cruel, violent figure who inspires horror and disgust in all who meet him. It's like a big feature of his. Everybody's like, he was small and something about him. I didn't like it.
He's gross.
Bad vibes. Yeah.
Bad vibes.
But they keep saying they can't really pin it to any. He seemed deformed without having any. You couldn't name
Actual
the
deformity.
deformity.
And that's why it's hard for people to to do adaptations of him because of this ambiguous description. Like if you watch the old black and white version, he's just like a dog man with big teeth.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, I guess it's disturbing, but I know why. It's because he's a dog person, and that's eerie. But it's hard to nail this guy down.
My biggest like entry point with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And in
Oh,
that,
yeah.
he's
Yeah.
a big monster man. He's like
The
Hulk.
opposite, the opposite, yeah.
And so
Imagine
when I
our
was
surprise.
reading, I'm
sorry, go
reading
ahead.
this and I'm like, what the hell is this thing? Because they just keep talking about how he's so little and
Yeah.
evil, just a little evil guy. And I was
You
like,
know,
how, what is
Squat
this?
little guy.
You know who we're casting this? It's Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci's way too cute.
He's just a little mean guy. He's like, hey, what are you
He's
looking at?
Yeah, but as soon as you hear him talk, you're like, you are adorable. I mean, I just want to snatch you up and wrap you up under my Christmas tree.
You gotta watch Goodfellas, dude.
Okay, to be fair, I've literally only seen him in Home Alone and maybe one other thing, so I have no idea.
What about
Yeah, he
Danny
can be
DeVito?
mean.
No,
Oh,
Danny DeVito
no,
is also
no, he's too sweet.
he's too
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, but he's a crazy goblin man.
He's
You
a
know what?
sweet
I
goblin
would
man.
love that. Like Danny DeVito from Matilda, he's just so mean and off-putting. I feel like that's it.
Okay, yeah,
Because
Danny DeVito could do it.
he walks in later on when he's like when he kind of reveals himself to the one guy. We're going to talk about it later, but he's like, he shuffled into my house in clothes that were way too big, so much so that like the sleeves were flopping around. So it's just like I just pictured Danny DeVito wearing like super long sweatpants and like a sweater, and he's just like, "Hey, what are you looking at?"
He's like,
What's going on?
can I interest you into an egg at this trying time? Sunny reference. Okay, sorry. We need to get to this book for real.
Yeah, we're getting to
Okay,
it.
we're
in the
cooking.
act
Cooking.
of getting to the book.
We're hustling through.
So we got Garrett Hyde, Greg Jekyll.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Greg
Edward Hyde. Why did I think his name was Garrett? That doesn't
I
make
don't
sense.
know.
Somebody's name is Garrett. They
I
say
mean,
that in the book. I remember hearing there's somebody. Oh, maybe no. I might be
I
thinking of a different.
I don't think the name Garrett existed at the time.
Figure this name out. The next character is Dr. Hasty Lanyon. His name's Hasty.
I think it's pronounced hasty.
I like
Because he's
that.
always in a hurry, and he's always in a hurry.
Sounds like a
Hasty.
girl's name,
Hasty
which is
Land.
fine.
Hasty Lanyon. Southern Belle, sweet as a cherry pie in the
Sweet
summer
as a
breeze.
button.
That's Hasty Lanyon. She won best runner-up in the pie contest for 10 years.
She got the best pig at the market. Ooh wee, she is sweet.
Ooh-wee.
Sweet like candy.
Dr. Hasty Lanyon, the character in the book, is a fellow doctor and Jekyll's old friend, rational but deeply shaken by what he uncovers.
Before we dive in, pretend like you don't know anything about Jekyll and Hyde. Because
Okay.
this will be a lot more exciting for you if you're a listener. Because you have all these preconceived notions. Let us tell you how it actually is in the book. It's not what you expect. And that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
No, it
expect the
isn't.
unexpected. Good.
Yes.
Yeah, Kyle. Good job.
I
Let's
just
be
thought that was
positive.
interesting because when I read this, I'm like, this is not at all what I thought it would be.
Utterson, the lawyer, is walking with his cousin, Mr. Enfield, and first hears of Hyde through Enfield, who recounts in detail a shocking episode on a deserted London street at 3 in the morning. Enfield saw a small, seemingly deformed man collide with a young girl. Did this really happen at 3 in the morning? What was the young girl doing out in the streets of London?
I thought
Probably.
that it was he just like saw it during the day. I think he just saw it, didn't he?
Well, what were they all doing out at 3 in the morning? Hyde seems
Yeah,
like
because
the only
then
one who should be out at 3 in the morning.
I don't think
yeah,
this
because then there's
happened
like
at
a
3 in the
doctor.
morning.
Yeah, this happened. I think just he's just recounting it maybe as they're walking
I'm
at 3 in the morning.
just ass backwards right now. On a deserted London street at some time that was probably a reasonable time for a little girl to be out, Enfield saw a small deformed man collide with a young girl and trample her without pause, leaving her screaming on the pavement. Outraged bystanders pursued and forced the man to make amends. He returned with a check bearing the reputable name of Dr. Jekyll, which puzzled everyone, for the brutish figure seemed the very opposite of the good doctor's circle.
Okay, I'm sorry, I want to talk about this. Hyde's main form of hurting people is trampling them. Like that's his signature move is trampling people. And it's
Which is weird
anybody.
because he's a little guy.
He's a little guy. I'd imagine he's got some girth to him though. He's a girthy little guy. And so when he
Yeah.
tramples you, you're not having the fun, especially if you're a little girl. And that's so evil. You bump into a little girl on the street and then you're like, I'm just gonna trample the shit out of you. How dare you? That's very evil right out of the gate.
He's an evil guy, and I do like how when he's talking about it, they're like, "Yeah, we were all talking and standing around and making sure she was okay, and she was maybe kind of okay, and a doctor was looking at her, and then we kind of just had a hold of this guy, and as we looked at him, we just all kind of started getting mad at him and got aroused, and like it's just such a funny in my head when I pictured it, I was like, they like grabbed him and they're like, "Look at what you did," and like kind of calmed
Yeah.
down for a minute, and then they were just like, "Hey, you should pay her."
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like if I saw a disturbing man beating the shit out of a little girl, I would try to beat the shit out of him just instinctively. But they're just like, "You got any money? You got any money, man? How are you gonna make this right?"
and the doctor's like, "You better pay. You fucking pay her." And they're just like, "Oh,
Yeah,
okay." Like it's comical.
maybe send him to jail for assault of a child. But
Yeah, but the
no,
cops never get involved whatsoever. They're just like, you give us some cash, buddy."
You're gonna
jeez.
make this right now. I'm gonna follow you to your house, and you better write
Yeah,
me a check.
I'm gonna follow you to your house. He's like, "Okay, okay, I'll do it. Okay, oh, I'm sorry."
If you saw
We,
a
we,
man speed walking through a little girl's body, it would be like, it's so unset. You'd be like, what the hell, dude? What? Are you
Yeah,
kidding me right now?
it is bizarre. I don't know how I feel like if he just like ran into her, I'd kind of just be like, "Oh, well, that was weird. What a dick." But
but he
Come
like,
on,
doesn't.
man.
He actively tramples her. Like he
yeah, he
stops
like stomps on her.
and stomps on her multiple times.
Oh, wait.
Ugh.
No, I don't think so. I think he just walks. It's like,
Really?
because he says he walks as if she wasn't there, and he like steps on her a couple times as he's walking.
I got the impression that he like knocked her over and then stepped on her a good few extra times. That
I
was my
think
impression. But
if
I think
we're
you're right, Evan.
if we're gonna really just hone in on this one on the first chapter of the book, uh, he knocked her down. So she was going for the listeners. She's going this way, and he's going this way, right? For the listeners, so they can you guys can see this.
Two
Um,
different directions.
they're
Yeah.
they're
C
coming to a
Max
point.
hands.
You see my
Yeah.
hands, listener? And then when he hits her, she falls down long ways in front of him, and then he continues to
Mm.
walk over the top of her.
But he's a little guy, so he gets 1 foot on leg, hip,
Yeah,
chest, and continues.
exactly.
3
Because
steps.
it's a
Okay.
it's a decent sized little girl.
I just thought he stood there and like marched on her for a bit. But I guess not.
No, he like didn't
You
even realize he just didn't see her at all.
okay, either way it's not great.
So Utterson, already uneasy, recalls Jekyll's peculiar will kept in his office safe. The document not only names Hyde as sole heir to Jekyll's fortune and property, but also stipulates that Hyde should step into Jekyll's place if the doctor should disappear or be unaccountably absent for any period exceeding 3 calendar months. The unsettling phrasing convinces Utterson that his friend may be in grave danger.
So at this point, he knows that the guy who trampled the little girl is Hyde, right?
Yeah.
He figures it out because Hyde comes back with Jekyll's check, and
Yeah,
he's
okay.
like, I bet that's the Hyde guy. Because he had
Yeah.
read the will, and he's like, who is this?
And he's
Yeah.
like, why would he leave his will to this terrifying little man? Okay,
Awful little gremlin monster.
really?
And that makes it even worse. He goes back and reads the will, and he's like, something's screwy here. Something's going on.
Yeah.
Determined to learn more, Utterson lingers by the shabby entrance connected to Jekyll's laboratory. One evening, he confronts Hyde as the man slips inside. The encounter is chilling. Hyde is small, twisted, and radiates an indescribable evil that makes Utterson's blood run cold. Though Hyde is outwardly civil, handing over his address, his presence leaves Utterson shaken and baffled.
It's almost creepier that he is civil, instead of like just this loud, abrasive person. Because it's like this guy knows what he's doing, and that's creepy. I'm not dealing with an idiot who just rages when you say something they don't like. This is a calculated, cold person.
Yeah. A smart little evil gremlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when the Gremlins and Gremlins 2, A New Batch, the superior Gremlins film, in my opinion. When it takes the potion that makes it smart.
I didn't see the new batch,
It's like
but I
that.
do watch Gremlins every Christmas. Because it's a Christmas
Fire
movie.
up the Gremlins 2, because that one is great.
I hear it's wild. You know what? I will.
It's a laugh riot.
It's a
I
laugh
might watch it after this. Hulk Hogan's in it.
What?
Oh, what?
Yeah, they break out of the movie and then they attack Hulk Hogan, and then Hulk Hogan throws them back in the movie, and the movie starts up again because
That's
they escaped
insane.
the movie, and he's in the theater. It's great.
Whoa.
This is
That's
a lot more
crazy.
insane than I thought.
No, it's awesome.
My goodness. I'm going to have to watch that movie.
Rest
There's
in
a
peace,
Gremlin
Hulk
with
Hogan, you piece of
boobs.
shit.
Just a freaking coked out, roid rage nightmare man.
Rot in hell, you bald bitch.
Fucking
So-
bitch with your doll hair.
The only
I hope-
good thing you were in was Three Ninjas, High Noon at Mega Mountain. That's the one good thing you got to your name, you stupid idiot, man.
And Rocky 3.
Was he in Rocky 3?
Yeah. Is it Rocky 3 or Rocky 2? Rocky 3.
Freaking beats me, bro.
He would beat you. Actually, you know what? This is now that we've gone on this tangent. What if Hyde is just like a Hulk Hogan, but he's small? They do like the thing that they do with force perspective in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So it is Hulk Hogan, but they're just making him look like a little itty bitty guy. And he's like, it's terrifying.
I'm like, why are you red? Why are you red all the time?
Why are
Why are
you
you
so
always
red?
sweating?
God.
What's happening?
Yeah, that fits. That fits. Well,
Okay.
Utterson, he's freaked out at this point because Tiny Hulk Hogan is being, nefarious. It says he speaks in a whisper, which is like, he's like, okay, I'll give you my address. Here's my address. And he gives it to him. He's like, something about you, man. I don't like you. I don't like you one bit. And he's like, how do you know who I am? And he's like, well, we got mutual friends. He's like, mutual friends, like who? I don't have a lot of friends, okay? And he's like, oh, like Jekyll. He's like, Jekyll never would have told you about me. You're a liar. You're a lying man. You're a lying lawyer. A liar lawyer. He calls him a liar.
Keep going, please. Does he really call him that? Like
No,
I said,
but
I didn't read it.
it'd be awesome if you did.
In my the thing that is interesting about the book is it's just these crusty, old, like Victorian, like men that are very like uppity.
Mhm.
And so they just every time they say something, it takes them the extra 10 sentences to say every single phrase. It's like, you have over there within yourself something that I think which would be, in my opinion, of great repute, which my opinion comes in of great repute because I am an Oxford man and a learned man, and so in my opinion, I think that you are kind of a weird little douche.
And then
that's
Hyde's
how
like-
it goes the whole time.
Hyde's like, you got any whores?
Well, now that you're talking about women, that I don't think it is right to call them whores. And as you know, I am quite of some repute because I am from Oxford, and I am a man of many words and many people and many friends and many family, and I have women in my family, and I don't think it's good to call women whores. But the whores are over there.
I don't want this to end. This is great. This is good. I do want to know why they're preachers from the Deep South.
Is that not an English? I was
No,
trying to
I
get
think
English in
actually
there,
it
but I
got
can't
you
get.
more
got it.
British as it went along, but it definitely started with the ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Yeah, it did
That's
start with a
yeah.
Southern lawyer, but it got British, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, we
It's true.
started
You got,
Southern Lar. That's just a setting. I think I go Southern pretty immediately, and then we got to find our way through.
and then you
But
cross
that's
the Atlantic, and there you are.
And there
exactly.
you are.
But they it is like all the characters are just so. What if we talk about this? Like,
Snooty.
like they
Fine,
just talk to each
go on.
other about like, isn't that crazy?
Your tiny little arms are baffling to me. I want a woman with strong arms, strong hot dog arms. Oh, I say, I'm gonna go hang out with George.
Good day. I'm going to write a letter to my friend, and then I'm going to go take that letter to him and watch him read it, and he will write me a letter, and then we're going to talk about the letters.
Yes.
I hear it. The Southern comes in. I don't know what it is.
And it's okay.
It just sneaks in there. It sneaks in there. So Utterson, he's like, Jekyll, come on, man. What's going on? He confronts him after a dinner party in his grand home. You're absolutely right about these people. Jekyll laughs off his lawyer's worries, insisting that he could be rid of Hyde whenever he pleased. My good man, I could be rid of the man whenever I please. This man means nothing to me.
When I think, as you know, I went to Oxford, and I like to do things the way I like to do things. I do a lot of things. I wash windows. I do my own hair. I do things how I like to do them. And so now that you have said this to me, it upsets me, and I will do what I want to do about what I do with this gentleman, and I will not talk to him.
The tiny gentleman? Pish posh. Come on, man.
You don't know him. You don't know me. You don't fucking know me.
You don't. Jekyll, at first he brushes him off, and then he grows pale when pressed and hurriedly changes the subject.
Is this the first we actually meet Jekyll? I believe it is.
Yeah, it's just at a party. He's like, hey, man, are you getting blackmailed? He's like, come on, man. Use your noodle. His evasions... His evasions and nervous manner convince Utterson that Jekyll is bound by some secret shame or blackmail.
So Jekyll just does a bad job of hiding it.
Did you say the name Hyde? I didn't. I don't know if you said Hyde, but I don't know a guy named Hyde or anybody by that matter at all. I don't know people.
Did somebody mention prostitutes?
Oh, I love a prostitute, not Hyde. I don't know Hyde.
Utterson, the beefy man from downstairs is here. Look. I don't know.
But Utterson also just won't stay out of his goddamn business. Utterson's just like, what's going on, man?
I would say you can make a case that Utterson is just a very good, sweet friend, and I think that's what it is. Or he's just got nothing better to do. He's just bored.
I mean, yeah, he's just a lawyer, bored. I don't know what people do with their day.
He's very
Write letters.
concerned. I think he's a good friend.
I think
he's
he is
like,
too. He's genuinely
something's
concerned.
wrong with you, sir, and I must get to the bottom of it. Man, I got to leave this bit behind, but I can't get enough.
No, keep going, please.
Months later, London is horrified by the brutal slaying of an innocent member of Parliament, Sir Danvers Carew. A maid, sorry, I'll say it normal, Sir Danvers
No,
Carew.
please.
No, who
Sir
cares?
Danvers Carew, it's so much more fun. A
Yes.
maid witnesses Hyde. Hyde, in a sudden frenzy, beat the old gentleman to death with a heavy cane under the moonlight. When Utterson sees the shattered remains of the weapon, he recognizes it instantly as a cane he once gifted to Jekyll, cementing the link between his friend and the murderer. By George, I gave this cane to Jekyll myself. That's what he says.
Hyde is not subtle. He's not subtle with his murders or his beatings at all. Like,
He's
you're
a
not going to
freaking
go in
badass.
quietly. Yeah, you're not just going to like slip him poison or stab him. You're just going to beat him to death with a cane until he's brutal. He's a brutal man.
And also, Sir Danvers Carew does absolutely nothing to provoke this. They are walking on the same street, and Hyde is like, I'm going to beat this man to death. That's what I feel like doing, and that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, he just like bumps into him and is just like, bang, 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 bang.
That's what
Blood,
it sounded like. The
gore.
maid couldn't believe it. She was like, what is that?
I'm trying to find the maid just talks so long about her house, and I'm trying to find. She's just like, well, this is my house. She's like, my maid window, it overlooks the city, and I like to like sit in this room. It's not far from the river. It's pretty close to the river, and like you know, late at night, sometimes a fog will roll in over the city, but the fog's not too thick. I can still kind of see the streets, and the streets are pretty cool. And I like
It's
to like sit up there.
lady, tell us about the murder.
What?
Can you
What
tell
murder?
us about
Oh yes.
That's
Okay,
why we're
so on
talking
that
to
day,
you.
it was a nice day, and I She just has a man voice. And I just, I usually don't really pay attention to what's going on the streets because usually I'm just up there to like lounge and kind of like look at the
I don't, I
city.
don't, I
And I
don't,
like to
I have
look
to
at the
stop you.
city.
I don't care what you do with your time. I need to know about the murder.
I'm
I don't care.
getting there. I'm getting there. Okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
get
It's
there.
a very important detail that I was pining by the window.
Anyways, I was
I,
sitting by the window. It's a full page of this lady just talking about why she was at the window.
looking down at the cobblestones where the cracks where the ants and the creatures dwell, I realized there's some sort of a red liquid and I can't see my snails. And then I looked, and
Wait,
lo
I'm
and
gonna
behold, a man had been beaten to death, and I fainted.
finally, we get to the
Thank
point.
you. What the guy looked like?
So
He was a little angry man.
He was a little angry, squat man, and I was just about to do my final syphilis cough when I saw him come through and beat him, and I thought, oh, how terrible. Oh, what a bad
how
time to be alive.
positively dreadful. Yeah, that's what happens. And she doesn't she doesn't like it. She's not she doesn't like what
She's
she
not
sees.
pleased having watched this murder.
She didn't enjoy it. And again, Hyde, as he's wont to do, he gets a little trample in there.
See,
Yeah, he starts
signature
jumping
move.
up and down. Man, he's not happy. So after the crime, Hyde vanishes completely. His lodgings in Soho are found in chaos, clothing torn, and a half-burned checkbook in the fireplace. Meanwhile, Jekyll reappears in his house, receiving guests and acting with renewed charity and cheer. For weeks, he's more social and devout than ever, yet Utterson senses this reprieve is fragile.
Yeah, the whole thing is we like I always thought this is all about Jekyll. This is all about the story between Jekyll and Hyde. In the book, Jekyll's just like not in it that much. He's barely there.
Yeah. He's
And
not
it's
an important character somehow.
yeah, so it's just very interesting to hear that we don't know what's going on with him. I thought that was interesting.
And they're throwing their balls and their galas. And
Utterson's like, nobody's seen Hyde in a while, and Jekyll's like, I'm fine. Everything's fine. What do you mean?
Doing fine. What's with you and this Hyde guy? You're so obsessed with this Hyde guy. I don't even know who that is. I don't even know him. I don't know who that is. I do not know. What are you talking about? What's the name again? Hide? I don't even know what this name is that you're saying to me. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Good day, sir. Good day, sir.
Precisely. Yeah, that's the attitude. And Utterson's like, well, he's in your will. And he's like, fuck my will. Anyways.
I don't have a will.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Someone show me the way to the prostitute.
They're like, Jekyll, you're acting weirder than normal. Like, we know about your rendezvous at the club, and that's fine. But you're acting weirder than even that. This is bizarre. What more are you hiding?
We don't mind
like-
that stuff. You're being a fucking weirdo about this Hyde guy.
Stop asking me. There's not a little man inside me. There's not a little angry man inside me. Come on, leave me alone.
There's just what you're suggesting is ridiculous. I don't just take a potion and turn into a scary little man who fucking beats the shit out of people. Okay, that's just not what I do. That's insane. Think about how insane that would be.
Suddenly, Jekyll retreats again. His windows remain shuttered, and servants whisper that their master will not come out of his cabinet, which is a room. It's not, he's not like in a cabinet. That took me a minute.
I feel like 5 pages are devoted to just
Yeah.
like, this is a nice cabinet. It's a well-made cabinet. And the lock on the cabinet is really hard to break, so it's a nice cabinet. And he likes to go into his cabinet. And have you been to his cabinet?
He's like, Jekyll will not come out of the closet, and we don't know what to do. It's like,
man, that was right there. I didn't even see it. Good job.
Right there. Thank you. Low-hanging
incredible.
fruit. I got it. Was an
Strange
apple.
cries and the sound of pacing are heard from within. Utterson and Enfield glimpse him once at a window looking deathly ill, only for Jekyll to recoil in terror suddenly and slam the shutters shut. My God, shutters shut. That's why they're called shutters. Okay.
That makes me shudder. How sad is it for these guys who are just like, they're really trying to figure out what's going on with their friend. They see him once and he looks dead, and then the window closes. They're like, oh man, oh, that's sad. It's a sad thing.
Yeah. Well, it's Mr. Enfield is with him. They're on their like little walk, and he's like, "Oh, Jekyll, nobody's seen him forever. Come here, Enfield. This is my cousin Enfield." And Jekyll's like, "Oh!" Shut the window.
I've
Good
been
heavens.
scandalized.
And then that's when Enfield is like, you know what? I think he's Hyde. I think he's taking some kind of potion, and that's the only explanation. This guy's acting fucking weird. Okay,
Yeah.
he
No,
doesn't
the
say
thought
that.
never crosses their mind.
Yeah,
That thought
no,
never crosses their mind.
Yeah,
nobody
not
has.
once would they naturally. I think
This and
if Kyle all of a sudden started acting weird after we met some weird little guy, I'd be like, Kyle, you taking a potion that turns you into a magical little angry man?
be like, maybe the angry man was inside me all along.
Well, disturbed, Utterson visits Dr. Lanyon, who's another guy. We introduced him at the beginning.
Another boring white guy. Yeah.
And he finds him gravely changed. Once hearty and red-faced, Lanyon is now gaunt and shaken, declaring he has suffered a shock from which he will never recover. He hands Utterson a letter to be opened only after Jekyll's death or disappearance. There's so many letters. It's true. There are so many letters. And Utterson's like, it keeps being handed things that are like, if Jekyll dies or disappears. I feel like I would be concerned too. I'd be like, I think you're gonna die or disappear, man.
Yes. Everybody's preparing for your death. Is that not
Or
weird to you?
disappearance. I don't think we're gonna find a body. Just heads up. Refusing to discuss the matter further, within weeks, Lanyon is dead. But he does. I mean, he knows he's dying too, which cracked me
Yeah.
up. He was like, no, I'm not gonna recover from this. I'm done with my life now.
Which is also what a baby way to go out. You find out some crazy news and you're just like, oh gosh, I gotta leave. I'm done.
This
Yeah.
shock is gonna send me to my grave, and it did. It did.
You're
Utterson's
telling me
like,
the
take.
McRib is not gonna come back? Oh no. Oh, it's over for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, it's like that. It's like that. Also, Utterson, I think, is sitting here like, just take a bath, maybe like a
What the
couple
hell is
days
going on?
off, maybe just you're sure you're dying? Oh man. Well, Jekyll's servants, terrified, send for Utterson, claiming their master has secluded himself in the cabinet for days, while a strange voice, unlike Jekyll's, demands drugs and chemicals. Believing been there. Believing Hyde has
Give me the drugs and give me the chemicals.
I need drugs and chemicals ASAP.
I need meth, cocaine, Drano. Get the Drano.
Did you bring the
I need 2 bottles of tequila and an 8-ball. Right
Did
now.
you bring me the chemicals? It's like chemicals are vague, man. Like I need specifics. They're chemicals.
He is specifically in the book only demanding chemicals. He's like, there's this very specific salt or like powder that he's like, go to every apothecary and get every little bit of this stuff that you can. And he's writing letters that are saying like, hey, whatever batch you had on this exact day, like, do you have any more of that batch? So anyways, it's very specific demands.
Writing yet another letter.
He's writing, yes, all of this gets written down. Believing Hyde has murdered Jekyll, Utterson and Poole break down the door. It takes them 2 hours. Inside, they find Hyde's corpse on the floor, a vial of poison beside him, but no sign of Jekyll.
But how could that be? They were both in the room.
You know?
But Utterson's like, he must have stolen out the back. He stole out the back. I know he's stolen out the back.
It's like it took you 2 hours to break down a door. You don't have a say in anything anymore, you little bitch, man. Like you don't
it's
get
your
opinions.
fault. It's your fault that he killed him. If he killed himself, it's because you guys took so long and he had time to go through all the 7 stages of committing suicide. Of like, okay, should I do this? Maybe I shouldn't do this. Oh, maybe I will do it. And they're just sitting there like, well, by George, how do I get this door open?
Like if you had lifted a hammer once in your life, like this would not be a problem, and just stopped writing letters voraciously.
And at one point he's like, it's a really well-made door. This is such a well-made door. I can't believe how well-made. This is a really beautifully made door. And it's like, just knock it down.
No. That's why
so
they don't knock it down. That's why they don't. They're like, he's like, should we knock it down? We can kick it down. And he's like, no, it's a beautiful door. Get the locksmith. And the locksmith is like, he takes 2 hours. But they're like, our friend may be in there with a murderer. It's like, well, the door, man. Think of the door.
We don't want to split to this door. This is mahogany.
This is mahogany. This is Parisian oak, you fool. Damned you if this door comes down. Really, we thought they were good friends. They're really just bad friends.
Really
They're
shitty
bad.
friends.
Jekyll will kill us if we break this door.
I don't want a lecture from Jekyll, do you?
You want to get in trouble by Jekyll after breaking the door? I don't think so. He loves his doors.
Hyde's in there muttering. He's like, my chemicals, I need my chemicals. And
Where are my
drugs and
chemicals?
chemicals. And don't touch that fucking door. And my chemicals, I gotta get my chemicals. Okay, well.
So they find Hyde's corpse on the floor, and there's poison, but Jekyll's out there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, he's dead.
Hyde's
and
dead?
They're like, yeah, Hyde's dead.
Full
There's a
ass dead.
corpse.
Okay.
Yep. And they think Jekyll has gotten away, and they're like, well, let's not report this because he could have killed him, and we wouldn't want a good friend being convicted for murder of a murderer. So
Maybe they are good
Standard,
friends.
standard white guy stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
Let's not call the cops. Where's that servant? What was your name again?
Pool. It was Pool.
Oh, it was Pool.
Pool's like, what are you, some kind of snitch?
You a fucking snitch, bro? I know my man. He talked about knowing his master so well, and because I listened to the Audible version or whatever. Like the guy who read it, it's Thorin from The Hobbit, Richard Armitage, great actor.
Hell
But
yeah.
he just did Pool so like freaked out. It kind of made me be like, is Pool he's just like, I know my master. I know his voice. That was not his voice. And I saw him the other day and he didn't look good. And I know what he usually looks like. He's a pretty broad man and he wears broad clothes because he's a broad man. And he was wearing not broad clothes. He was wearing the wrong clothes. Mr. Hyde was wearing his clothes. I thought that was weird. And I know his voice. That's not his voice. It's a deeper voice. And I know his handwriting too. His handwriting is different than that handwriting. And that handwriting was different than what I saw. Because I know my master. Don't try to get a word in on me. Because I know him. I know him so well.
I know my master. I know his whisper when he makes sweet love to me. I know my master. Don't say I don't.
You guys got to stop reading directly from the book.
Sorry, my bad.
Our audience doesn't like it. We read the book. We can't just do the audiobook.
Oh, my.
Read the book. How drawn out this is.
Yeah,
Well,
we're ready.
Utterson finally, we're getting to the part where he reads the letters. Finally,
Oh,
so
God. Finally.
he's about to read. Utterson finally reads the two documents. Lanyon's narrative reveals that Hyde appeared at his home one night requesting a drawer of chemicals. I need my chemicals. Do you have a drawer full of chemicals? And he mixed a potion and transformed before his eyes into Dr. Jekyll, a sight so horrific it doomed him to death from shock.
Little bitch.
Little bitch.
Get over it.
I'm gonna die now.
Yeah, you never seen a man transform into another man? Jeez.
See it all the time.
Get a grip, dude. He's
Get
like,
a
now I
grip.
have to die. Why'd you do that in front of me? I'm gonna die now.
Why did you do that? What the hell, bro? I'm dying now.
That was so
bad.
mean
I'm
of you.
dying now.
Dude, come on.
Now I have to
Suck.
Now I have to-
Suck so bad.
lay here and die for a bit. Oh, that was so mean.
For a couple of weeks.
I was gonna go on a cruise, a Parisian cruise. Now I'm gonna die.
Leave me alone to die. I'm gonna write a really long letter.
Splitting everything.
Also,
Oh,
if this
man.
had happened when phones existed, it wouldn't be a book. It'd be it'd be like, hey, turning into another guy, help me. Over.
It'd be like a little tiny voice note.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
turn into someone who's really evil. Probably get this checked out. Come over.
If a little evil man turns into Kyle, I'm not sending Mac a letter that's like, hey, open this if Kyle disappears. I'm being like, are you
Dude.
seeing this shit? Have you seen this?
Bro, Kyle turns into a little evil man. And I saw it. And I got so scared that you have to raise my kids now.
I'm going to die, McKylan. These things don't happen, Robert Louis Stevenson, you idiot. Just kidding. Sorry. He's a very good
It's
artist.
great.
Very
I mean,
good.
the book is really well written.
Jekyll's own confession tells of his lifelong struggle with a dual nature, how he brewed a potion to divide his good and evil selves, and how Hyde grew stronger until the transformations happened without his will. When the essential ingredient for the potion ran out, Jekyll was doomed to remain Hyde with no escape but death. So that's how it
Bummer.
happened.
And then
Yeah.
Hyde killed himself to punish Jekyll, right?
Yeah, he kind of knew his number was up, and they were coming in, and he was like, no, don't come in. And they were like, we're coming in 2 hours. And he's like, well, okay.
That gives me time.
I have to die
consider
now.
suicide.
Yeah, that's plenty of time to do whatever.
Why
I
are
need
you
to
guys
do.
coming in here? I need to die.
I need to die. Where are my chemicals? If you don't bring me chemicals, I'm gonna kill myself.
I'm gonna kill myself if you don't bring me my chemicals.
And that's exactly what happened.
That's
I'm
what
doing it.
happens.
I'm gonna do it. Don't you break my
Jekyll
door.
Jekyll really is a very sympathetic figure.
Is he?
Well, not on a sympathetic, just sad figure.
Yeah, he's a sad loser.
Just it's like it's sad. It's like you wanted to know what it's like, and also how pretentious of you to be like, I'll be the good guy. I'm so good that I'm the good nature. So now I got to create the bad nature. I'm sure you weren't a saint, Jekyll. I mean, you probably sucked to some degree. I don't know.
I
Yeah,
just
I do
didn't.
want to.
It didn't really get into why he kind of just is like, I wanted to see what could happen, and I made a chemical potion, and then it did it. And I was
Yeah,
like,
that is
"What?"
how it happens. He's like, I've always been fascinated by our inner selves, and I've thought that we were really two people, a good one and a bad one. And I made a potion that separated them, and I woke up as the bad one, and I was like, yeah, let's go trample some little girls.
Let's go trample children. But seriously, if you're that smart, why aren't you giving yourself superpowers? Instead, you're just turning yourself to a grumpy little man.
He
Grumpy
said,
little
and
man.
he talks about how much he like he's like, I loved it. It was
It was
such a
thrilling.
release, and I'm like, how? What? Talk about that more. What do you mean? Because like, what does that mean? Like, you just feel so good to like, because you're the good side. So like, when you're awake, you're like, oh wow, God, I'm good. Like,
He's like,
what does it mean?
yeah, he's like, it feels pretty good to be naughty every once in a while.
Naughty,
And that's his whole
naughty.
thing.
I've been a very bad little man.
I was being a bad boy, but now I'm a good boy, and I love it, and I feel so
But
good about
but
being
now
a
I'm a
good
good boy and
boy.
I'm yeah, I'm better than most people. I'm not mad Jekyll's dead.
Yeah, it's weird that this whole book is
Oh man.
it's titled about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and we don't hang out with them or really get to know them at all. It's
When was
We
just
the
get
like,
last
real
time
cozy with a confused lawyer. That's what
Yeah.
yeah,
happens.
the whole book is just a boring guy being like, something weird's going on over there. Huh.
I kind of, I did kind of glaze over maybe too fast. Like Jekyll takes the potion, he turns into Hyde. He loves it. It's great. But then he starts doing bad things, and bad things have consequences, and gets a little hot. And he's like, I don't feel great about this. I'm going to stop taking the potion. But then he starts waking up from regular sleep as Mr. Hyde, and so it's involuntary, and from then on he's really freaked out. He's like, oh, I don't like this. I need to be able to control when I turn into the bad side. I can't have it just like creeping up on me. And then he starts turning while he's awake, and then he realizes now he needs the potion to turn back into Jekyll, and he runs out of ingredients, and he realizes he's doomed to be Hyde forever, which I think is kind of like an interesting, like, okay, I heard some analysis that I was fascinated by, which is that there's no alter ego named Hyde, but that the potion, all it does is change his appearance. But he's still just Dr. Jekyll, but he's like, now I have this new appearance. I can do whatever I want. Nobody knows me
Mhm.
or like expects me to be civilized. I can just do bad things.
Yeah, I
Which
heard
is
that too, and that actually makes the most sense to me. It's very interesting that he's like, now I'm someone unrecognizable. I can now act on my base
But doesn't he
instincts.
say that there is a separation in their mind? Like, he specifically says, like, they share memories and that's it.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually accurate to the book. I think it's an interesting theory.
Mhm.
But I also heard the theory that it's like, oh, it's not a physical transformation. I'm like, well, in the book, it's very much a physical transformation. If you've read the
We
book,
can't
yeah,
it's
stop talking about
clearly
how much broader his
how
shoulders
little.
are than Hyde's.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's so scary. It killed someone. So I don't know. There's a lot of interest because this has been in the zeitgeist for so long. There's a lot of interesting theories, but it is cool to get back to the source material and think about it
Yeah.
that way without all the noise.
Yeah.
Yes. And the caning happens because he's trying not to take the potion. He's like, okay, I got to stop doing this. And then like the temptation grows and builds, and it's been so long that he finally like takes the potion, and then he just walks out of his house and kills the first dude he sees. So it's like there is, I think, something in there about like repression,
Mhm.
Mhm.
the binge
Yeah.
and purge kind of cycle of like everybody's got their thing, and you lose control sometimes, and sometimes that looks like he's just like scrolling TikTok way too late at night. It's just, I don't know, the idea that we're not as in control as we feel we are. I think that's maybe what was captured pretty well by
Yeah.
this story.
Yeah, there's a reason this story still is talked about because it's interesting and is very applicable even now. Like there's a reason it's so powerful and important. I just it's not what I expected when I read it, and that was so interesting to me. I don't
Well,
know.
and like it was
Yeah.
always in the pantheon of like, it's in like the kind of grouping of like Dracula and
Hmm.
Frankenstein. Maybe just because
Yeah.
movies, but like it was
Yeah.
always in that grouping in my mind. And so reading it, it was weird to find out that like it's not really this big crazy monster thing. Not monster. Well, yeah, but like it's like not this big story about like the morality of him becoming this monster. And it's really just like, oh, this guy just kind of had this interesting little thing that he did, and it made him into a kind of bad guy who like killed a guy and ran a girl over, and that was kind of it. You know, like it was. I thought it was a much
Yeah.
more. I thought it was gonna be a much like darker, deeper, and it's kind of just like it's a lot more simple than I thought it was gonna be. And so then yeah, because it like it's all like all this substance. Like there's a whole big thing about like a takeaway of like, oh, substance abuse and stuff, and like how like you take a potion and you turn into a different person. That's always been kind of a thing I've heard or thought about. And then in this, it was just kind of like he was just kind of a bad guy, and I just kept turning into him. I don't know.
Yeah, it is interesting
That's
when you
it's interesting.
yeah, when they're compared to like Dracula and Frankenstein, and we'll review Frankenstein, but like both of those books are meaty and have a lot of substance, and in my
Hmm.
opinion, are better than any adaptation I've ever seen. Like I don't,
Hmm.
I'm hoping that we'll get a good Frankenstein adaptation, but like the books are so good that none of the adaptations ever do them justice. Whereas this one, it's like the adaptations are a lot more exciting, but the
Mm,
base story is interesting enough that it holds weight.
Yeah,
there you go.
it's just like a really good idea, and this is just like the base of like, oh, we had a good idea. You guys will take it and run with it and make something better out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is the exact energy. Robert Louis Stevenson caught a cold and wrote this in 3 days because he was
Is that
sick.
really?
And
Oh,
that's
Wow.
like,
really?
that's how we have this. So, yeah, it
What
is
a
just
damn
exactly that energy.
productive 3 days.
Truly. Yeah, I've never had a 3 day. No, no.
No.
Also, another book that was written in 3 days, Fahrenheit 451. Ray Bradbury
Really?
wrote it in like a train station.
That's insane.
I don't know why he was there for 3 days. He wrote it, he cranked it out fast.
He cranked it up fast.
Wrapping up here, the tale of Jekyll and Hyde serves as a warning of the dangerous battle between civility and debauchery within every soul. Jekyll's experiment to control and separate his darker half instead consumed him. A chilling reminder that each person is not composed of one identity, but many. And inside ourselves and all those around us, there is a darkness waiting patiently to come out from hiding.
Wow. I get it. I'm not gonna give you any. Spelled Hydei. Come on, Evan. That I do. I don't know. I keep thinking about. I'm trying to go back to why I like this book so much as a teenager, and I think it's because as a teenager you're confused. You don't know who you are. You don't have much of an identity. And for me, I was dealing with things where I lost control more often than not in ways I didn't expect. And so you kind of find comfort in the fact that there's two selves, and one of them, just because you act out on one, just because you become Hyde for a bit, doesn't mean you're not Jekyll. And so I think it really hit me as a teenager, this book, and I think a lot of people feel that way. That's probably why it still resonates. Is a lot of people feel they have a darker version of themselves, but ideally we're redeemable. This book, it just ends very sad, and and that sucks, because it doesn't happen.
I didn't. I didn't feel I just felt it's like it was kind of a similar thing that we had with Color Out of Space, where it's just sometimes when there's the narrator and they're separate from everything. I just kind of don't love. I
Wow.
like to be in it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
like a thing that happens when you do that is like Utterson's cool, but we're just kind of hanging out with a guy who's confused the whole time, and then we kind of just at the end we get like half an insight into this thing, and so then it just didn't feel satisfying, or like it didn't scratch that itch that you're talking about, Kyle, of like wanting to feel like kind of see and understand
Hmm.
somebody like this. This very Nietzschean idea of like the shadow self and all that shit, and like we don't. It doesn't actually really get into that. We just kind of. He's
Mm.
just like, oh man, I loved it. Oh, it was fun, and then it got weird. Then it got fucking weird, dude.
And I
And
Yeah.
so I killed myself like that, and that's kind of it. And I was like, oh, interesting that this is. I mean, it's cool that this. I'm glad that this did do that. Duality thing is like something that I feel like we deal with a lot. That's like a
Hmm.
huge thing in like culture and in
yeah,
your own personal life. So like,
in
it's cool.
psychology, like
Yeah.
he personified. I think Robert Louis Stevenson put a name or a couple of names to like something everybody gets, where it's like you
Yeah,
Hmm.
have that thing in you and you can't let it out, but you want to. You
yeah,
Hmm.
want it because it's part of you. Like you want sort of to be. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm like off the cuff. I need to read Carl Jung and like Nietzsche and whatever and understand this a little bit better. But it's like I kind of feel like you do want to be close to people. You want to be accepted by them, and you want to be accepted like all of you, even the parts that are like the dark side. You know what I mean? And so it's like I think it's a cautionary tale a little bit of like everybody knows what he's talking about, but if you let it out, and I think that I am with you, Mac. I think it would have been more exciting if we were in it, like on the ground floor, somebody that was there on the action. I do think the third party narrative of just like he's piecing it together from like little clippings and things that he saw is like you everybody's got a story of somebody that just sort of lost it. They just
yeah, yeah,
stopped. They really gave in, and it's an unsettling thing to like watch or be adjacent to. And I feel like he also captured that. The narrator is going to be a person that's like, "Ooh, I actually get that, but ooh, that didn't go well
ooh,
for
that's
him."
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cautionary tale. Yeah. But I think it stands on its own, but it does leave a lot of room for more interesting because it's like no one talks about this book as a mystery, but that's what it is. It's a mystery,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
don't know what happens until the end. But that's not what you think, and so you're right. Having that third party makes it creepier and more mysterious. But I'm also with you, Mac. I would love a book from Jekyll's perspective, like he's the one writing it.
yeah. I just
yeah,
want to explore like that mind, because I think that that's always the thing of like you're not supposed, like the whole idea is that you're supposed to, you have a good self and a bad self. There's always two wolves inside of everybody, but you're supposed to like make them work together. And that's how you
Yeah,
become like a healthy person, as you take both sides of yourself. And that's what, like, once you accept both sides, then you're a better person, right?
it's all
But
about
then,
balance. Yeah.
but this book, he completely fucks up the balance and like creates he separates the two of them, and that's
mm,
fascinating. And like getting into that headspace would be interesting to like spend some time with. But
I
like
agree.
the most time we ever really like, every adaptation of this, it's like, oh, he's a monster. Like there's not.
ah,
It is
And so
weird
like
that
I thought we
yeah.
would delve into that in the book of be like, okay, so now we're gonna get to see like the thought process and kind of feel that out. And it's like, no, it's a monster.
I'd like to think that Utterson got done reading the letters because you're right. It just really ends right there.
Yeah.
With that, he like finished the last word and then he was like, "Oh, why'd you write that to me? Now I have to die.
No, I have to die.
Ah,
Now I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
die.
die."
I
That's how
like
it
to think
happens.
it's like what's his name? It's like Lenny at the end of Mice and Men, where like he
Oh,
finishes reading
jeez.
it and then Pools behind him, just like it's the last letter you're ever gonna read. And that's why it cuts
Uh,
out so fast.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's
gotta
right,
wrap
because
this
he
up.
died.
but he didn't die like Lenny. He died just horribly
Ah.
depressed and sad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. He's like, man, all my friends are dead. Well, what did we think of it? We just talked about that. Book in one word.
Underwhelmed. Underwhelming.
Underwhelmed.
Underwhelmed.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah, there
word.
you go. I'm going to say gothic.
Yeah.
Just describe what it is. It's in a gothic setting.
Change my
Gothic
word
thing.
to lackluster. Just
Okay.
lacking
Eh,
the luster.
we
Yeah,
really
a
That
just
little
didn't
bit of
like this book.
luster. Just read it
yeah.
yourself or leave it on the shelf. Honestly, I
Agreed.
must say leave this one on the shelf.
Yeah.
I'd say read it yourself because it's short and it's interesting, and to have the context of it's like going back to the original thing. I think that's interesting if you have some time. I think it's worth it, but it's not the exciting read that you think it's going to be.
It was a
Like
good,
if
for
it's
me, it was at least like an interesting, it felt like a brain workout, because like It's very verbose and a lot of language, and so I was like, oh, that's good. That's the most I got from it.
So are you a leave it on the shelf or a read it yourself?
Yeah, I don't.
I'd say
Make
leave it
your
on the shelf.
choices.
Leave it
Actually,
on the shelf.
Yeah.
Leave,
Three,
don't,
leave it on
don't-
the shelves.
If
I
it's
feel bad saying
Halloween and
that.
you're looking for something spooky, then you could do better. I just think pick
Turn
up
on the
Frankenstein.
TV. Yeah, pick up Frankenstein. Pick up Dracula.
Well, another book in the books. Thank you, Robert Louis Stevenson. And thank you to our sponsor. Who's our sponsor? Who's sponsoring us right now?
Let me check the emails of who's sending us money.
Yeah,
Nobody.
I just got a big cash deposit from Tables R Us.
What's that?
It's one of our new sponsors, and they sell chairs.
That's misleading. That's terribly
I know
misleading.
it's terrible branding, but they give us
Bad
money.
marketing.
Yeah, Tables R Us.
I could actually use a
Tables
new
R Us.
table. I don't need new chairs, so that's frustrating that they don't do tables.
But they do
Well-
great chair. Well, because a chair and a table are basically the same thing. You just sit on one, and one's smaller.
One has a back.
What if you want to sit on a table?
I mean, people do sit on tables.
Yeah, if you don't want back support.
I've got some ideas for this Tables R Us, folks. Put me in touch. I'm gonna revolutionize the whole thing. I'm gonna flip it upside down
change the
on its
game.
head.
Evan's gonna
Yeah.
flip
I know
that
how
shit.
to run the business. I know how to make
Okay.
music on a magazine. I know it can design an engine 64 miles to the gallon of gasoline. Anybody?
I know what you're saying.
Nothing for me.
I can ride my bike with no handlebars. Yes.
There you go.
Oh,
Flowbots, baby.
wow. Haven't thought about that song in years.
I'm gonna have to
Let's
revisit
wrap
it.
this episode up. Follow the show on Spotify if you want to know about future episodes. Follow us on Instagram at Bibliophools if you want to go behind the scenes a little. And if you have a book you want us to read so that you don't have to read it, can't emphasize that enough. You don't have to read the books. We'll read them. Email us, bibliophools@gmail.com. Parting advice from Kylan?
Accept the bad in you. You have bad in you, and it's okay.
You're a
You're
bad
bad.
person, and it's okay.
And that's okay. Well,
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Great stuff. We did it.
Bye.